sign into YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a thumbs up. Now enjoy CineTalk with the one and only CineBros.
What's up, Cinemaniacs? We're back. We are back. We are back with episode
Special
episode 1, but actual episode 22. Yes. CineTalk episode 22. Halloween edition. And we have a special horror guest here because this is going to be a horror-ween edition.
Hashtag horror-ween.
Oh boy.
Horror-ween.
Hashtag.
All right, so we are going to start off this show. We are not doing our usual show. This is going to be a show that the Brad put together, or in this one, it is Kylo Ren and Deadpool Angelo.
Oh, who wins? Hashtag who wins?
Hashtag who wins. Hashtag don't knock over the beer.
Hashtag this mask is coming off in like 2 seconds. Monster mash.
Mask tag. Watch out. Kylo is coming
Work
for you.
like it didn't.
He will finish what they started.
If you don't finish this show, I'll
There
finish
he
it.
There we go.
There he is.
Yep.
There's
I got beer to drink and movies to talk about.
All right.
All right, so episode 22 is going to be CineTalk, where we're going to be getting a bunch of movie lovers of horror films, which I am not the biggest horror junkie, as everybody knows, but we have a horror junkie right there. Hashtag horror junkies.
Horror
Actually
Junkie
just called you
X3.
a Horror junkie.
And we are going to be,
Yeah.
this is a show put together pretty much by the Brad.
Yeah.
Chad and Brad.
It was a collaboration.
Put together the show notes. I will
Hashtag pound it out.
be hashtag pound.
La 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 la.
Pound
la.
it. And we have our guest
Greg's like, oh,
today.
Jesus
Our
Christ.
guest.
I don't know what.
Our guest.
I have all this secret language.
I don't think we knew
Our
either.
guest.
Our guest.
is Greg. Greg, what is your last name, Greg?
Conte.
The hammer.
That would be C-O-N-T-E, but like you could pronounce it Conti,
Yeah.
which some do, like
Yeah.
this jerk. And
Yeah.
but it's Conte. Yeah,
Conte.
Yes.
Conte.
Greg Conte.
Yes.
All right.
Indeed.
And we are going to do his.
Fuck, marry, kill.
Greg's 3 favorite horror movies. What are your 3 favorite horror movies?
3 favorite horror movies. Yes. All right. I'm gonna start off with Tobe Hooper's classic, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay.
Yeah, which has been remade horribly. I saw a lot of horror movies at a relatively young age, so like I've been sort of a hound.
So
since,
you're fucked up.
yeah,
Explains a lot.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Therefore, okay. So number 2 would be Dario Argento's Suspiria.
I've never even heard of it.
Yeah.
Guess which one's gonna be my kill?
Italian horror film director, and sometimes referred to as the Italian Hitchcock.
Okay.
As he
Hashtag the Italian Hitchcock.
Yeah.
hashtag the, yes, as we do.
Does it even have a trailer? I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh,
when
yeah.
did it come out?
1974. Yeah.
Real old school.
Yeah, it's old school. It is. I kind of have a 74, 76. I think maybe Chad could look it
Yeah.
up on his
On his fancy.
on his phablet.
How do you spell it?
Or
1977.
70, oh, a little off. All right. So I think 74 was Texas Chainsaw, but I mean, like all of these films that came out back then, like you have almost like terrible, like sort of representation of what's.
Movie got a 93 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow.
Yeah. Those are right up there.
All right.
Yeah, it does.
So we have Texas Chainsaw
Texas
Massacre.
Chainsaw.
The original.
Suspiria.
Yep.
Suspiria.
Yes, Suspiria.
Uh-huh.
And
the
then
third?
the poster that I see on your wall over there, Jaws.
Jaws.
Yes!
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Absolutely.
Talking about.
Absolutely fucking Jaws. I almost would say that would
That's
be
a hell of a comeback by you right there. Yes. big
I
comeback.
just got grappled, by the way, just so you know.
Big comeback.
You don't have to explain that movie to us.
No.
Oh, I think we all know
that.
that one.
Explain that movie
And
to
that
you,
is-
but I will explain.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, and I was thinking about this, like when Chad had invited me here, and I was like, All right. Yep. There's aliens. There's like like John Carpenter's The Thing. Like there's a lot of like just fantastic things. But as far as like what just frightened me the most, I saw Jaws at again a very young age, and it was absolutely so completely horrifying that to this day I cannot go into the ocean above my knees.
Yeah. Yep.
That's more than I'll go in.
And in case you
And
didn't,
that's all based on Jaws.
I invited Brian to my house when we were filming on location when we were under construction here at the studios. I had invited Brian to the little beach house to go to the beach. I don't know, 2-3 times, and he's like, "Nope, I'm not sending my kids in the water. Like, forget that."
there are so many folks that like would not even consider that would be like a horror film. But I mean,
it scared the crap out of more people to go into the ocean than any other movie of all time.
I agree.
Change people what they want to do in the summer.
I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but I'm not sure where exactly it is. I want to say it's on the West Coast, but you can actually there's a lake.
Yeah.
With the
big huge screen, and you can have your
sit there
and
float
lay in the
an
water.
inner tube
I
and
thought
watch Jaws.
it was in Texas.
Is that Texas?
I thought it was Texas.
Yeah.
Could be wrong.
I'm sure you can do it anywhere, even in a pool. I would be
Anywhere where you
terrified.
have water.
I am too. I can't.
Who hasn't lived that where they've been in the water and they're rushing to get out of the water in the pool because they just have that feeling that Jaws is behind them?
In the pool.
I can honestly say
pool.
I've never done that.
Well, that's because you just watched it for the first time like 6 weeks ago.
That's
Really?
true. Well, it was more than 6
In,
weeks ago.
Couple
in fairness,
months.
About 6 months ago.
I have it. Yeah, even in the pool. Yeah.
Yeah, no, pool I have a hard time too. I believe it's a rational, irrational fear.
Yes, absolutely.
Primal fear.
Hashtag rational.
Yes,
Primal fear.
Primal fear. It is. I mean, like, who wants to be eaten by something like
By anything.
All right.
or eaten in general, really?
Well, this is going to be pretty easy.
Yeah. So what are we doing here? Fuck, marry, kill. Your 3 favorite horror movies of all time. You have to.
It's a game.
You have to fuck, marry, kill. Yes, and this is what you do.
Where did you think this was going?
Mary, you get to keep in your DVD player for your lifetime.
Carry, and carry. Boom.
It's too late.
Done.
Those aren't your 3
you gotta
movies.
pick out of these 3 movies.
Those.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Fine. All right.
So out of these 3 movies,
All right.
you have Mary. It's in your DVD player for the rest of your life.
Till death do you part,
Till death
baby.
do you part. Fuck is you get that guilty weekend away with just that.
It's
a
your
movie.
hall
You get
pass
to-
of movies.
You get to take this movie and you get to throw it in your DVD player for a weekend to clear your mind of the movie that you've been with. Have that little guilty pass, that little hall pass.
You get to have sweet relations with it for a weekend.
And kill is that movie is destroyed and is no longer in existence from that period of time.
Also
So
known
when you
as-
say it's killed,
Also known
it's
as
done.
Suspiria.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry. Sorry.
You're so mean.
I know.
Have you seen
Hashtag
the hotties
sorry,
in
I'm not
Suspiria-
sorry.
In Suspiria? I mean,
Hey, listen, you bounce back nicely with Jaws. That's all I can tell you.
All right. So what are you gonna do? How about we'll start off with the marry? What are you gonna marry? What's gonna be in that DVD player for the
what am I
rest of
gonna
your
marry?
life?
Forever.
forever. Wow. All right. Give me a minute. Wow. You just threw me for a loop here.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, you did.
Which one do you need some time? Do you need a little bit of time? Do you need a little time? Because mine will be pretty easy. I think Kylo over there is going to be pretty easy. Kylo's getting twisted. He's getting Sithsted. Hashtag
he's not a
Sithsted.
It's not a Sith.
We don't know that yet.
He's powerful with the dark side of the Force, but not a Sith.
We don't know that yet.
All right, fair enough.
I'm gonna give you a second here. Watch this. I'm gonna help you guys out with this movie that we've never seen,
Yep.
and I got a brief little description of
You
it.
guys have pads.
So
and
I'm gonna read
phones
it.
and
It's a
shit.
couple sentences, so I'm gonna read it out to you guys.
Do it.
Go ahead.
Susie travels to Germany to attend ballet school. When she arrives late on a stormy night, no one lets her in, and she sees Pat, another student, fleeing from the school. When Pat reaches her apartment, she is murdered. The next day, Susie is admitted to her new school, but has a difficult time settling in. She hears noises and often feels ill. As more people die, Susie uncovers the terrifying secret history of the past.
I kind of blacked out.
It's-
But that doesn't really
But
change.
it's-
That's not
it's-
changing mine.
it's
It's
a-
not changing my past here. I'll start off with mine.
All right, go ahead.
We-
Go ahead.
So give you a little
right,
time
yeah,
to
give me a minute.
digest.
All right, so which one are you
and
going to kill
figure it.
off?
I am going to kill off Suspiria.
Okay.
Because I've never seen it, and it seems like it's absolutely terrifying, and I don't want that in my life. So I am going to kill that one off. I am going to Suspiria the shit out of that movie.
Suspiriad.
And I will. I am going to have for my Mary is going to be Jaws, because not only is it a fantastic movie, it's a terrifying movie, but it's a fantastic movie. But it also has comedy in it, and it has a little action, has suspense, has it all. And that's what I'm going to take. I'm going to Jaws. I'm going to throw that in forever. And my guilty little hall pass is going to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because I have seen it. I do really like that movie. It's not one of my favorite 5 of all time,
Yep.
which is probably going to be more on the pop culture side of horror movies than anybody else at this table. But I will say that I'll throw in Texas Chainsaw as my little guilty pleasure weekend.
My whole thing with the Texas Chainsaw is that it's been again like remade what?
Do I kind of look like
3,000
4
times? Yeah.
I mean, like ridiculous.
Do I look like somebody from Mortal Kombat now?
Yeah.
Come here.
Get over here!
I like when that guy.
It's the wrong color, but you guys are close.
I actually thought you were talking about like characters in movies, like so. I was like,
No.
like
Not characters, actual movies.
actual movies,
All right.
actual movies.
Are
All right.
you ready to go now?
I think I am.
All right, let's hear it.
All right, fuck Texas Chainsaw. Absolutely.
All right, yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, nice.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Like the grit, the raw dog.
Oh,
Whoa.
whoa, Jesus Christ.
Like no, I mean it just has
That was
this,
awkward.
It just has this
it got physical.
like raw appeal that is like it's honestly a sexy movie. Like I feel like personally.
You're fucking somebody already.
You fucking Leatherface.
You're fucking Chainsaw.
You just fucked Leatherface hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would too.
Yeah.
I believe it. Wait.
Mary.
Whoa.
Yeah.
just marry
Who
Jaws.
you marrying?
Do the right thing and marry Jaws.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Give me a moment.
No,
No, I'm going to marry.
don't do it.
Remember, whatever you marry, the other ones you're never gonna see ever.
Never gonna see it ever again. It's tough, isn't it?
Imagine Jaws not existing.
No, I'm not going to marry Jaws. Absolutely not. I would kill Jaws.
All right.
So that's my kill.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Whoa.
I don't know, no
that
idea
a
what that
lightsaber?
was.
Yeah, it just fell when it heard that.
Shike. Yeah. Wow.
All right, so you're
I
marrying,
think-
you're
yeah,
marrying
so-
Suspiria.
so- yeah, I think I would marry
Yeah.
Suspiria, but like we've like done the same thing, but like for some reason, Poltergeist keeps popping up.
That's another.
That's
another
that is-
Toby Hooper, right?
Yeah. No.
He did that one. He directed that one.
Did he do
The
the
original
first one?
Poltergeist?
Yeah,
Yep.
the original Poltergeist.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, it's been documented that Steven Spielberg actually
No.
directed that movie.
Well, he doesn't have the credits. So.
He doesn't, but it was said over by a lot of people
can say whatever
that
they
he
wanna
actually
say.
directed the movie.
They can say whatever they want to say, but Toby
can.
Hooper has the credit for it.
Say what you need to
he
say.
might,
Yeah.
but if you
we
look
can
it up,
say anything we want.
if you look it up, Steven Spielberg's fingers were all over that.
Hooper drives the boat.
All right, Chad, what are you doing?
What are we doing first?
We got to go through.
We're
quick,
killing.
quick.
We're killing something.
Do it whatever you want.
I'm killing.
Leave it up to you.
I'm gonna kill off Jaws. What? Yeah.
Pardon me. Excuse me. I just screamed into your everything.
I'm killing off Jaws. I'm gonna fuck Suspiria because I am a little.
Hashtag I'm out.
Oh, come on, Jesus Christ.
I think you guys really need to see that, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I get that one weekend with this movie that I've never seen. So it sounds interesting. Sounds like it's almost
Yeah,
like
it could also be the fat chick too.
Well, it could be. And you know what? I'm stuck with the fat chick for one weekend.
It kind of is the fat chick.
Yeah.
Actually.
So for one weekend, I'm with the fat chick.
So one weekend,
I'm taking one for the team.
He's doing lots of Jaeger bombs,
Yeah.
and he's going to be with
There's
the
going to
fat
be a
chick.
lot of Jaeger bombs and car bombs involved in that weekend.
You killed off the known supermodel for the mysterious weekend with the fat
Listen,
chick.
if I kill off Jaws, If I kill off Jaws, I can go swimming whenever I want because it doesn't exist anymore. I can go in the ocean. You can go in the ocean with me.
No, because I can still get killed by a shark.
Fuck the sharks.
But you've never seen it before, so you don't know the sharks out there.
But they're still in the water.
So you are killing off Jaws.
And I'm
movie
gonna marry
did not
Texas
put them in
Chainsaw
the
Massacre. Yeah.
All right.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Marrying that movie.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Really? Yeah.
Me and Leatherface getting it on all the time.
Yep.
All right, Bri.
You and me are in the same boat.
Yeah.
I will finish what you started.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Come
you.
on, baby.
Thank
Finish
you.
what
Yeah.
you started.
Are you watching The Big Bang Theory while we're doing a podcast?
Oh, it's a commercial.
Yes. No. I'm
Television commercial.
All right. So we are going to move on from Fuck, Marry, Kill.
Yes.
We don't have any new horror news, nothing like that.
No,
He did the same thing as me.
Yeah, he did the
Same
same thing
thing.
as Shane.
Married
Both killing
Jaws
Suspiria.
over and over and over again.
Over and over again.
Jaws is for life.
Is that bestiality? I mean,
Well, it would be.
Yeah. Well, we don't have to
Weird.
consummate. Although I would carry it through the threshold, though.
In a really weird way, you got to be impressed with any human who can somehow bang a shark. I mean, that's living very dangerously.
Yeah.
I mean, in a really fucked up way.
I'm pretty sure it's.
That's
it's,
kind of the fat chick.
pretty
isn't it?
sure
I mean,
it's-
it's Bruce, though. I mean, it's,
you'd marry
It is Bruce.
yeah.
your wife. You would be scared of all the time.
Yeah.
You're marrying Jaws. I mean, you're
My
scared.
wife intimidates me.
Yeah, well, she intimidates me too. So
Yeah, she scares me too a little bit.
wonderful person.
She's
though.
such a nice person.
No, she's awesome. She's letting you go golfing with me on Tuesday.
Tremendous.
I'm
human
very
being.
happy about that.
Totally scared of her though.
golf.
All right.
Golf has
So,
nothing to do with
Who
Halloween,
wins, Shane's
Chad.
wife or Jaws?
Oh, jeez.
Because Jaws is fictional and your wife is super real.
Does she have the?
Love you, Christine. Bye.
Does she have the teeth, though?
She is.
Are you gonna need a bigger boat?
I no.
Need a bigger
I love my
basement.
wife so much.
I know.
So much. She is amazing. She's an amazing lady.
She is.
Of course.
She's
All
good
right.
people.
Yeah.
She allows
So,
this shit
we
to
are
take
gonna
place.
move on. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on.
Moving
to
on.
Everyone's top 3 horror films.
Very
which
short.
We already did. We
Yeah,
did Greg's.
Very
did
short.
that, yeah.
We did Greg's, and
Yep.
now we're gonna move on. We're not gonna do Fuck, Marry, Kill with them.
No.
We're just gonna give our.
Just
we're
give
gonna
'em.
talk about it a little bit. They might overlap, whatever. And we'll start off with
Just one each. We'll
We'll do
go
one
at-
each.
Yeah, we'll go
Okay,
one at a
we'll
time.
do one each. All right. We'll start off with me.
Yeah, go number 3 right now.
Number 3.
Oh, number
Yeah.
3, we're going to count backwards.
Yeah.
Good call.
Number
Good call.
Count
Build
backwards.
it up.
Well done.
Number 3 for me is Scream. Because it brought back the horror franchise. I will say I love Wes Craven. I love
Loved him.
his visions of horror, and you'll see that in my second as well. But I love that movie because it just, not only did that, but it flipped the script on horror, where now you have people talking about horror movies in there to try and escape the horror villain, Ghostface, which is just phenomenal.
They give us scary movies
and
too,
it just-
so
it-
I'm happy with
scary
that.
movies are pretty funny. So I think it's just
no,
very
the
good.
first two
What's
fucking
your
ridiculous.
third?
Number 3, I would have to go. It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Absolutely love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm down with that.
Yeah, I've
Really?
got to go with it.
So this is like, is
Fantastic.
this Halloween movie? Is this Halloween movie or is this horror movie?
You've never seen?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's a Halloween movie.
I know, but it's not really a horror movie.
We're talking horror, Chad.
We're talking Halloween.
All right,
I'm
well,
okay with
Halloween
that.
horror.
I will allow it.
Thank
I'll allow
you.
it.
No.
Thank you.
no.
I'll allow it.
I'm gonna side on the on
Well,
this 50.
I'm okay. I'm okay with it. We'll let it go.
damn it.
We'll let it go.
Okay.
You
let it
said
go?
here everyone's. Well, you said here you wrote
Halloween
You said
slash
everyone's
scary.
top 3 horror movies of all time.
/ Halloween. You didn't get that in there.
I did not. I just copied and pasted it. That's.
I'll allow it.
Yeah, it should be
They
allowed.
made the list. This is their
It's not
list.
going to be on mine, but I'll allow it.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 3.
Great call.
All right,
My number 3, Scream.
Scream.
Yep.
Excellent.
All the reasons you said.
All right. It's
And it's
fantastic.
behind the Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson Batman. That's the movie I've seen in the theater the most, second most. Behind that.
Sorry, I'm like rubbing up on you.
I think I saw it like 4 or 5 times.
Wow.
I could watch it at any point in time. In almost any list of an F, Marry, Kill, it's going to be a Mary.
Oof, man,
Wow.
that's impressive.
Wow.
All right, so number 2
Okay.
for me is Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay. Good one.
Freddy, as it's been well documented on the show, the original.
Yeah, good.
I had a recurring nightmare about Freddy for years, and I love that. I love that character. There's nothing quite as terrifying as having somebody pop up in your dreams and then not being able to really fight him because
or stretch through the wall.
yeah,
or, you
it's
know,
just
like,
just
yeah, he
everything
was-
is
yeah,
it's just a different dimension that like Wes Craven. He's just he did a phenomenal job of bringing that rip. Wes
Agreed.
Craven. I mean,
Agreed.
it's very very
Agreed.
unfortunately passed, but he definitely made an impact on a lot of people's lives. I mean, that is just a terrifying thing. What about you? What's your second?
Number 2 is going to be Nightmare Before Christmas, which
Ooh.
officially just became a Halloween movie
It did it
because it was always in between, and the director came out and said it is a Halloween movie.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, I love that movie. I like musicals, so I loved it. I loved it. I can't say much more about it. I mean,
Tim Burton
I watch it every
actually
year.
came out and said that was a Halloween movie.
It was Henry Selick.
Oh, right. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
the
think Tim
director.
Burton wrote it. Yeah,
No, he wrote it. Yeah,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, but he came out and said it was officially a Halloween movie.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Chad's dropping some knowledge here. Excellent. I like that.
Boom.
What do you think? What's your number 2?
All right. Well, because of the way the F, Marry, Kill went with, because I have always been on the fence about Jaws as a horror movie.
Yep.
So, but if it is technically now it's my second favorite movie all time. Period.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
if it's
All right.
if it is a horror movie, then this obviously drastically changes the outcome of my list. So I will list it as a horror movie, which means that my number 2 movie is Halloween.
Halloween. Mike Myers.
Yes. Which would have been number 1, but if we're going to include Jaws in the genre, then Halloween gets bumped down a
And
notch.
the one that's the most famous, and I don't know if anybody else is going to talk about it, is the one that's kind of the most famous out of that kind of masked slasher villains is Jason. And he has just got that hockey mask that has just gone, but nobody has even, I don't think any horror fan will really list him in their top 5 horror movies.
Maybe
of
not
all
top
time.
5, top 10, but
He's
not
like
really.
he's like a sexy pick, but
yeah, I agree.
Top
And
10.
Is that your number 1?
maybe. No,
Oh,
you
no,
want me to
oh,
do my number 1? My number 1 would be Jaws. If we're doing that, I think that he is.
It
we,
is a horror
We had this
movie.
conversation when after we saw Steve Jobs.
Yep.
We were talking about our favorite. I was like, it's got to be a horror movie because it has impacted more lives
I guess so.
about going into the water and bringing
really,
a fear.
It really has.
I've come
than
around
any
to
other
that.
movie.
I've
And
come
like,
around to that.
I had
that
somebody
I
talk to me.
interpretation.
I had somebody talk to me and
Yeah.
say, "Well, you have to put Alien up there too," and I say no because there's only a very select few people that get to go into space.
Yeah.
Aliens is one of those things that they are probably out there.
Then again,
but
Jason did go into space. so,
Yes, he
like,
did.
he-
That's fair, but right. That's fair, but you may be overthinking it. That's a horror movie.
It is a
I
horror-
would
I think it
consider
is
it
a horror movie
too.
but I don't think it's in the top 5 for me.
Oh, I would agree with that.
It
but
is because
it is a horror movie.
It doesn't impact my anything.
Just
as far
because
as
the
real
brat
life
ain't
goes.
going into space doesn't mean
Yeah.
Penetron might.
Penetron definitely
Penetron
goes into
could
space.
penetrate
Yeah.
into space. Yes.
Would Jaws ever go into space? That's, I guess.
Have you seen Sharknado? I mean, that's
Sharknado.
about as close as you're gonna get.
Actually, I haven't, and I probably never will.
No, you should.
Don't worry about
It's
it.
hilarious.
No.
It's funny.
It's great. Yeah.
It's a comedy.
Yeah.
You can't- not the right genre. So
Yeah.
All right,
It's
all
great.
right. So,
It is
All
great.
right. All right. So
Moving on.
number 1.
Number 1, every year I used to go to see these movies year after year when they came out.
Yep.
The Saw series.
So
Song.
so all of them or just the song?
The first one is ridiculously good.
I like the first 2. I think the first 2 are like
I love
brilliant.
them all,
The,
but
the first one, I believe, was like
You just knocked over
almost-
Jigsaw.
almost as
right there. Hey?
almost as gritty.
Gary.
Almost as gritty as Texas Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, really nailed it.
James Wan, wonderful, directed that movie. I mean, he.
It's another one that's just
It was
brilliant.
So,
Yeah.
it was brilliant.
Brilliantly
It was
done.
And I don't think
filthy.
anybody
It
going
was
into
like-
that movie knew what was going to happen at the
No,
end.
and they
No.
didn't.
Nobody.
It was a total mind fuck.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
completely surrounded by idiots.
All right, Brian. What is your number 1? Jaws. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's so many to choose from. There's so many.
the alternate version of my list, had Jaws not been a horror, would have been, so everything would have moved up. 1 would have been Halloween. 2 would have been Scream. And 3 actually would have been Nightmare on Elm Street. I would
would've
have
been.
gone there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have gone there.
Yeah, so I love those movies. They're just so good. I mean,
They are. They're fantastic.
and
All of them are.
they're still pretty freaking terrifying.
Yeah.
And they hold up. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like you
Yeah.
know.
Well, that's the thing is that like with modern horror movies nowadays, it's jump scares for the scare.
right. Exactly. Yeah.
Whereas
I mean, you're
you have
talking
these old school where Nightmare on Elm Street, they left a little bit to your imagination.
Exactly, yeah.
And that enhances the fear. And I think that
I agree.
directors nowadays and studios in particular go for the quick scares because horror movies are so cheap to make
Paranormal
and they
Activity
can make
type
so
of-
much
yeah,
money.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, have you seen It Follows?
No.
That movie it brought it back to the old school where you were left with something because there was pretty much no jump scares in it.
You were left with 90 minutes of wasted life.
I
That's
loved
what
it. I loved
Really?
it. I loved it. Yeah, I mean,
Noted.
I mean, it was very
know what
highly
I-
rated on Rotten Tomatoes too. I think it was 90 something.
That's what pissed me off. Is it was so highly rated, and I couldn't wait to watch it, and then I was like, ugh.
I loved it.
For
I mean,
real?
All right.
yeah.
All right, so we're gonna flip the script here
Yep.
and move on to the third thing here, and that is everyone's single worst or most hated horror movie of all time. And mine is actually one that I really like a lot. I really like the movie, but there's a reason why, and I'll go into that afterwards. So we're gonna go backwards now. We're gonna start with Brian, who's
I think you know mine.
everyone's single worst and most hated horror movie of all time.
We talked about this after the Steve Jobs movie, Cabin Fever.
Oh man.
The
Oof.
and hold on. I also want to say that it's not the worst horror movie of all time. It's the worst fucking movie. Of all time.
Wow. Jesus Christ.
Period.
You are on a rage
on
today.
point today.
so awful.
He is channeling. He is channeling Kylo Ren.
I think it's the gloves.
Cabin Fever.
I didn't think it was that bad.
Awful.
Damn.
So bad.
It wasn't really that bad.
No, it wasn't.
Not Cabin in the Woods. Cabin Fever.
I know.
Right?
Yes.
Yes.
It was not
sorry.
that bad.
It was bad. It was bad, Chad.
All right,
Hashtag bad, Chad.
all right, Chad. What is your single most hated?
This movie came out in 2005, and I was so excited to see it.
The wrong turn.
Because as you and me both love Alicia Cuthbert,
Oh, yeah.
she was in it. House of Wax.
Oh,
Ended up being
Isn't that with Paris Hilton?
Paris Hilton's
She got
in it.
her-
Chad Michael Murray. Terrible, terrible, terrible,
Good call.
terrible
It was
movie.
awful.
It was way worse than Cabin Fever. Yeah,
Can't say that, but it was bad.
yeah, it was bad. It was just, I mean, Paris Hilton's in it.
Hashtag also bad, Chad.
Yeah. I think we can all agree that.
I think we'd all agree
pretty
it was a bad movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty awful. Good call.
All right.
All right. So I'm gonna have to head down the turnpike here.
Suspiria?
No.
Sorry.
It's a damn good movie. Please watch it.
Pay attention to him. He's being rude today.
I think I will watch it. Today.
You don't need to watch it
It's a
today.
normal thing for me.
Because you're gonna be like, God, that dick just came in and like freaking threw a terrible movie at me.
No, it sounds like it was
Oh, I
good.
will objectively. I'll
It's-
watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll watch it. If I do,
At least I said I'd watch it, dude.
I'll objectively watch it.
At least I said I'd
But
watch
I'm the
it.
least.
Send me a
I'm
text,
I'm
you
a
know,
horror
like,
fan.
it's-
That I'm the least kind of apt to watch these kind of movies. I still have Conjuring on my DVD player,
Dude.
on my DVR for I don't know
Still,
6 months now.
what are
and
you
I still
waiting
haven't watched
for?
it.
We are going to see Krampus together.
I want to see that.
Yes.
Wait,
I want to see that.
say it again.
I can't roll the R like you.
Krampus.
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 All right, so mine would be the best worst movie ever, and I actually watch it pretty much every year.
Well, don't waste this, because this could be your guilty pleasure movie.
Yeah,
right?
there is an everyone's favorite guilty
Guilty pleasure movie. So don't waste it,
Yeah.
because if it's the best worst movie, that might be your guilty pleasure.
Yeah. Careful.
I
Now, worst movie, you're thinking worst movie. You can't watch this movie ever again. Like, it was so bad. That's how bad it was.
Correct.
You don't want to watch this movie ever again.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, can I be sort of ambiguous about this?
You can do whatever you want. Sure.
I don't know what that means, but
It's your time.
All right. So pretty much anything after 3.
Hashtag I don't know what it means.
As far as Hellraiser and Friday the 13th are concerned.
Yep.
Terrible.
Both
Ridiculous.
of them.
Both, huh?
Both. You're going
Yes,
two,
both.
twofer.
I'm going
Twofer
I'm
on this one.
Yeah.
Twofer.
A twofer.
You're throwing them both out
Destroying,
there.
yeah.
Yep.
Hellraiser
Friday the
and
13th.
Hellraiser and
I
Friday the
agree with
13th.
Hellraiser. It was a pretty bad movie.
No. Past 3. 3 was not.
Oh, three. Okay, okay.
I'm saying past 3. Like I.
Oh, okay,
like,
okay, all right.
I mean, I like the continuous rehash of these iconic horror films. I mean, because Hellraiser 1, Hellraiser 2 actually almost was on my top 3 because it was absolutely genius. Hellraiser 3, not bad, but you know, like once you start like getting into the, I mean, 4, 5, 6, 7, that like.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to throw that out there. I'm gonna have to throw the.
I agree. They
continuous
gradually just
rehash.
got worse, worse, and worse and
Continuous
worse.
rehash, and you know, I mean, I can appreciate the jump horror a bit. You know, like I can, you know, I mean, actually, you know, paranormal, you know, the first Paranormal Activity.
I thought it was really good.
I thought it was good. I saw it in the theater, you know, and
Big fan of the
you know,
first one, yeah.
Yeah, the first one, but like then they just keep going.
Yeah.
It's like revenue, you know.
Yeah.
Like that's it, you know.
But
And
they
so,
got a
like,
good following. They got people that are excited about these movies, like Paranormal Activity.
I know they do.
Yeah, it's
And those-
amazing how
and-
they got
and those,
them. But
and those people are stupid.
Thank you.
You know.
we have
So,
some of those people watching our show. right now.
I will. Stupid. My single worst and most hated horror movie of all time is a movie that I actually really enjoyed watching in the theater. My reason for hating it is because, and this movie is Blair Witch Project.
I was gonna.
The reason why I hate
I
it,
know the reason why.
the reason why I hate this movie
Say
is
it.
because it changed
Say
the
it.
horror genre
Yes, it
and
did.
did it to the found footage horror movie. And now everybody is doing it, and these movies drive me
Terrible.
freaking crazy because this is the jump scare and the blurry cameras and all that kind of stuff that do
Shaky hand,
nothing.
like, yeah.
They do nothing, and they change the horror genre, and now they're all this. And as soon as Blair Witch, because they actually had people thinking like, is there going to be some real like stuff that you're going to see? And when you leave the theater, until you read afterwards that it was actual actors and all this kind of stuff, it wasn't found footage. Then you're kind of like, I don't give a crap. Then.
Yeah.
Like if it's not legit found footage,
That's a good one.
then I don't want it.
Yeah.
Like, so it ruined the horror
I'm
genre
gonna
for me.
respectfully agree to disagree. I loved Blair Witch.
Really?
I
Still
love the
do.
movie, but it ruined the genre.
Yeah. That's why I hate it. Is because it ruined the whole like
But does that really?
found
You can
footage.
change. You can change it for the good, or you can change it for the bad.
So is it?
Change
But is
for
it the
bad.
movie's fault that it? I mean, because really,
It was the first one to do it.
What happens is you get crappy people who start to produce bad movies in its wake, and it sort of becomes like a copy of a copy.
But
It's-
if that movie never came
it's
out,
kind of
we
like
would
it
still be
seems
getting
it
more.
seems inappropriate to blame the.
You got to take the fall for doing it the first. You know, you do it first, and
if
everybody
you do it
copies
good,
you.
you do it good, then great, and you get more great movies.
They
like,
didn't
And
do it good.
plus, they don't care about us
Well, wait
saying
a minute.
that.
How could you say that
you know, they
liked
made
it, but then say
shitload of
they
money.
didn't? But say they didn't do it good
because people copycatted it, and unfortunately, it
That
only
you
works
know
once.
that's gonna happen.
It only worked once.
Personally,
I
didn't,
see. I don't
didn't
think that's the originator's fault. Then I think that's the fault of the people who decide that they're going to make crappy
but
follow-ups.
blame
and-
goes back on them.
I think
for-
that they
for
should have made
showing
the
it to
Blair Witch
world.
Project. The reason why it was so good was because you thought it was real. That's why it was good. You didn't think there was actual actors and actresses. You thought it was a legit movie that was about found footage.
I actually never thought that.
I
to
did
be
when I
honest.
went in. I thought
when I
it
went
was.
in there, I was like this is absolute bullshit, and like I'm nauseous.
Yeah. Oh, there was
Yeah,
shaky.
I mean,
the
like,
shaky
it
cam
was-
with it.
like, I
did make
can't
people
handle
sick.
that.
Yeah.
Like I mean, that's not filmmaking to me. You know, that's
Yeah.
not filmmaking. To
I could
me.
say
Like-
that too. You
like
could say that too.
That to me is trying to replicate something.
Ooh, sorry.
That, I mean,
Let's get a little closer.
They're just
may
rubbing
have-
each other.
I'm rubbing legs with Greg, and he's rubbing my arm with his fingers.
I
with his glove.
didn't even know what was happening. My finger was just twitching.
He's like caressing my arm over
there
here.
was-
Found
there
footage in here.
It was Chad's arm.
shaky camera. I never bought it. I never bought it, and it was something to me that was just completely like false. It did nothing for me. It did absolutely nothing for me.
So
Like,
it's a terrible movie.
I want
terrible style.
I want to go and like
Terrible.
terrible.
Just
I mean, like,
terrible.
you guys, as you know, film fiends, like you guys go along for the ride, and like that's one thing that when I engage in horror, like I want to go for a ride. I want to go for that ride. I want to be frightened. I want to be scared. I want to like I'm gonna go.
I don't
along
like
with
that.
it.
That's why I don't like going to these movies.
I love it.
But I do. Like that's the whole thing. Like I want to.
Like Chad's watching this trailer and it's keeping him up at night, and he's like, "Yeah, you should watch it." I'm like, "No, I'm gonna watch it in the daylight, out in public."
Right.
The next little segment here, the topic is everyone's favorite guilty pleasure horror movie of all time. We will start off in this direction right here. We'll go back and we'll bounce back this way.
Right.
My favorite horror guilty pleasure movie of all time is Freddy versus Jason.
Oh.
I love those two people going at it because I still say Freddy won that battle because he's still alive, even though he lit a little wink. He is probably controlling Jason now, and that is why Jason traveled off with him as his head, because he was in his mind and making him do it. I still think that Freddy won that battle.
The guy whose head was being carried off was the winner.
He's the one that winked at the end. He winked at the end. He was still alive.
Okay.
He winked.
Yeah.
So if like you chop my head off and I'm able to get like an involuntary wink in, who wins?
If you're controlling me, then you did.
I've had many winks at the end, just so you guys.
Whoa!
Oh!
That is my guilty movie. Pleasure.
Hashtag winks at the end.
All right. Whoa. Looking at the end. All right. So what is yours, Greg? What is your favorite guilty pleasure?
My favorite guilty
horror
pleasure, which is possibly the most horrible movie ever made. Indeed, there was a documentary made.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, do you?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, say it. What do you think it is?
Troll 2.
No, I know it wasn't what I was
That's with
thinking.
Jennifer Aniston, right? Jennifer Aniston's in that movie.
That wasn't what I was
Ooh.
thinking.
No, what were you thinking?
The Room?
Oh, no.
That's not a horror movie, is it?
No, not really. It's not even a movie.
This movie is this movie is so bad that they made a movie out of how bad this movie was.
That's great.
And I would highly recommend that you
Troll
watch
2.
Yeah, that you watch the documentary
Jennifer Aniston.
about Troll 2. And
J.A..
it's really something.
Excellent. What's yours, Chad? What's your favorite?
I almost
guilty?
went with Sleepaway Camp. Because it's like one of those movies where your friends can get together and watch that movie and just totally make fun of the whole thing and
crap.
enjoy
I
it.
forgot about that. Yeah, wow.
But I'm going to go with Zombievers. I am so into this movie. I just...
Zombie.
Wow.
It's pretty much just a farce on horror, the whole horror genre.
Okay.
And these little beavers look like the Caddyshack gopher, and they just go around and they torment these teenagers, and it's just like your typical. It's your typical old school 70s 80s horror film, but they're making fun of horror films, and it's great. It is so great.
Not Zombievers.
All right.
Zombievers.
All right, Kylo. Finish what we started.
Showgirls. Absolutely perfect.
What did he say? What did he?
Showgirls.
No, okay. No, favorite guilty pleasure is The Wraith.
The Wraith.
All right.
The Wraith.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah, with Charlie Sheen, very young Charlie Sheen, and
you said that a little too seductively.
Randy Quaid.
Very young.
A young one.
Very young Chuck.
Yeah, young Chuck, exactly. Love that movie.
All right. Excellent. So those are our guilty pleasure horror movies.
Yeah.
And now we're supposed to watch an original trailer for a couple of two or three horror classics. What are these trailers?
What do we got?
I don't. Did we even come up with them? I mean,
No, but I would nominate
okay,
Halloween.
You guys dropped the ball.
I would nominate Halloween. Though.
Yeah, Halloween definitely we should watch. The red band for the 1978 original Halloween.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let us do it.
Let's do it.
All right,
The Red
ready?
Band.
Red band. Oh wow, I didn't even know they had a red band for that.
Here, let's get this out
There
here.
you go.
You and your dirty fingers.
Gotta love the music.
came home.
15 years ago.
See, like
that
through the
Deadpool?
mask holes, like
Is
that's
that Deadpool?
through the mask holes. Hashtag through the mask holes.
Mask holes. Aren't those really bad drivers?
Michael?
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah, there he is.
I spent 8 years trying to reach him, and then another 7 trying to keep him locked up because I realized that what was living behind that boy's eyes was purely and simply evil.
One of the best scores ever.
Yes.
Yeah,
No doubt.
very good score. Fantastic score.
I think he'll come back.
Exploring uncharted territory. Totally charted.
Totally charted.
Sharding, a totally different thing.
boy.
Totally charted.
Ugh. I hate that door.
Now, best door scene. Oh well, we'll watch this and then I'll show you the best door scene actually.
Come on out.
Snicked.
The music told the story. Yes. Ugh.
Oh, Jamie. I'm playing table piano. Minor second. Good. Good for horror.
The night he
Came home.
Let me in the fucking door.
So
It's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. So
I got a trailer. All right, here we go. Ready? This is the one that I'm gonna pick. The Misery trailer.
wow.
And we get an advertisement.
Oh, yeah.
it's
Of
fine.
course.
You can edit that out, right?
No, well, I mean, sometimes it depends on what it's advertising.
This
We need hashtag dollars.
Hey, this CineTalk is brought to you by Febreze. To hide that puke smell. Or that cat puke.
Yeah.
That cat
like
puke
your-
smell.
All right, here we
at
go.
the
Here we
bottom
go.
of the stairs.
Here we go.
Good old Misery.
Oh, is this the boxing scene? Oh.
No te apures, pero
Well done.
No, we should definitely watch this. Shane is fired.
It doesn't say anywhere.
Purpose.
Does anybody know Spanish? That
Pretty sure he did that on purpose. That was great.
That was what the hell?
Unbelievable.
The moment's gone.
Yeah, the moment's gone, dude.
Oh.
You lost your chance. You lost your chance.
That being said, nice try, but
Yeah.
Why is
If Greg actually finds what he's looking for.
Yeah, I am.
a lot of dead air.
A lot of
Yeah,
dead
that's
air
fine.
right
That's
now
fine.
going on.
My bad. Sorry, guys. I've never podcasted before.
Oh, we actually were referring more to Shane.
So how's
Thanks, guys.
your Dolphins doing?
They're up.
Because
they're up.
I'm the one who came up with the notes
I
for
just
this
wanna
one.
see my. Hey, that's not our fault.
It's not our fault.
Execution is your issue. Execution? You wanted us to listen. If you wanted us to host the show, we would have hosted it. You could have. You didn't let us. I did. I did it all over them. No. If I wanted a kiss, I'd call your mother. That's from Tommy Boy. Yeah, not horror movie, so it doesn't really fit, but yeah.
All right, so do we have any more topics that we're talking about here?
Nope.
Gonna happen.
All right, so is that the end of the show?
Yeah.
All right, so I would I don't know how much you can talk about it, but I know recently you told me you scored a movie. Your first scored movie.
I did.
You want to share like your experience a little bit with it, or what the movie's about, or is it a documentary? Or
I could. The name of the film is Sinners.
Yep.
And independent film from a director in Rhode Island by the name of Derek Dubois, You can find that at Vimeo.
Okay.
On Vimeo, huh?
Yep.
Vimeo. What's the name of the Sinners?
Sinners. Yep.
Alright.
Yep. Past that, I did do some soundtrack work for another film that was kind of horrific in its own sense, called My Father's Vietnam, which is the story of disconnect and reconnect with a Vietnam veteran, his son, and it kind of unfolds from there. Like,
Yep.
Right now, not available to see. I believe it's going to be playing in New Haven and
The International Film Festival.
we did the Rhode Island International Film Festival a few months back. I'm not sure exactly when, but the end of November, like it's going to be screened at a film festival there. So like
That's cool. I mean,
it's what I do, and through several friends of mine, like I've been able to provide them with some music for their films.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome. I mean,
Cool.
Yeah, that's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Like, when you told me that, I was like, damn, I wish I could do something like that with a movie, even be an extra.
Yeah.
So I would just be like an extra, or just some guy in the background just waving their hands in the air or something. I mean,
Sinners.
Waving your hands like you
randomly.
just don't care.
Yeah, like,
Just don't care?
just randomly, like just a guy walking by, pushing a shopping
Yeah.
cart, just wave. Like,
But if you check out, I mean, in our Halloween spirit here, if you check out Sinners, by Derek Dubois, like like it's only 15 minutes,
Yep.
but it's quite a film.
Yep.
And this is the horror genre?
Yes.
Yes.
It is. Yes,
We'll
it
have
is.
to, maybe we'll have to do a little watching it
yeah.
live, filming
Yeah.
it, and filming us our reactions
we could
to
do that.
to
Sometime, me and you.
Sinners.
Yeah, we can do that.
Sinners.
Sinners.
Okay, yeah. now he's gonna hate me. Is that right? I'm not gonna get
No,
into
I
it
mean,
anymore.
no, he's gonna love us because we have like, what, maybe 100 fans at least.
118
118 and
subscribers.
subscribers. I mean, we get 900 views maybe, so he might pick up a couple extra viewers from us. I mean,
Yeah.
You never know.
Absolutely.
No?
So,
Leave a comment. Can you comment on it?
yeah.
Leave a comment on his video. Tell him how you like it. Tell him the CineBros sent you.
Yeah.
Tell him the CineBros. CineBros sent
the
you.
Movie House Maniacs,
Yeah.
baby.
Movie House Maniacs.
Right
That's
on.
right.
Right on.
All right, so that's pretty much it. We're gonna have some horror music in the background. I'll
Happy
do a little horror
Halloween,
music.
everyone.
There's
Those are some. Those are some gay ghosts.
That almost that almost sounded like it was like
gay
like
ghosts.
the Halloween special of the Love Boat.
Our girlfriend
Love Ghost.
Hi, Captain. Our girlfriend
Hashtag the Love Ghost. Where can you find it?
You have a website or a?
Where can you be
do any of that
located?
Wait, I didn't know if you had a music website or
I do.
if you have a band
yeah.
or something that you want to promote.
No, yeah.
Check that out.
Yes.
Yeah.com.
Yes.
Yeah.com.
Hashtag.com. I don't really have a really wide web.
Do you have a band or
So-
something that you want to throw out there? Maybe we can check out.
A name.
I do.
Name? A name would be nice.
Anything.
Anything would do right now.
The suspense is killing me.
This is a
I am the
1978.
Dario Argento of podcasts right now. My musical project,
Yup.
Nested Drift on SoundCloud.
There you go.
Can check that out.
Oh, we're on SoundCloud as well.
SoundCloud, yeah. I'm also on SoundCloud as solo, Sinister Finister. You can check that out.
Sinister Finister.
Yeah, S-I-N.
Sinister Finister.
Yes.
We'll put that right on the bottom.
All
We
right.
got it.
All right, and it's on SoundCloud.
Check it out.
And please check out
Sinners. Sinners. In
by-
Suspiria.
And you realize how hard I'm gonna slap you when we get back to work. Check out Sinners, Derek Dubois. All right, and that's on Vimeo. And that's pretty much it. Yeah.
We can get Derek Dubois on our podcast at some point.
Ooh.
You
That would
could.
be nice.
You could.
We
at
got
that.
connections now.
He's actually made quite a
Kylo Ren's getting more and more dressed as
few.
this is going on.
He's actually made a
wanna
few,
finish
a few horror
strong.
films.
Awesome.
And you know,
We got connections now, so
Oh, look at that.
we might be able to
Would you look
lure
at
him with
that?
some donuts or something. I mean, we
Beach
can
donuts?
provide much more than like beach donuts or
Beach donuts are possibly the
Yeah.
greatest donut on the face of the earth.
or Flanders. We get Flanders sometimes too. Oh, he's taking them one by one.
All right, so where can we find Chad?
You can find me at DJ Dizzle 82. That's DIZZLE 82 on Instagram and on Twitter, and you can follow me on Snapchat at Sir Chadwick 82.
minus the dick pics.
No, minimum.
Minimum.
Limit them.
Limit the
1 to 2 today is fine with me.
And where can we find Kylo Ren? Will he finish what we started?
Come on, baby.
At
Finish what
the
you started.
Bry Man. The _Bry_man on Twitter and on Instagram. BKC8377. Facebook.com/HollywoodBrian.
Hollywood Brian.
Ooh.
Check out his Jaws article, by the way.
Oh yeah, we still have that.
It's still up.
That's very relevant to the horror
Yep.
industry right now.
Wrote a whole
So
article about it.
You did. I'll have to repost that on
Yeah.
the CineBros page, which is facebook.com/CineBros.
Mm-hmm.
You can youtube.com/TheMovieHouseManiacs. That's where you can find us, and pretty much everywhere else
Mm-hmm.
is at the CineBros. That's Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. Just try it, and you might find
Even
it.
on YouTube.
Try it and buy it.
What's YouTube?
YouTube's the Movie House Maniacs.
Movie House Maniacs.
If you type in the CineBros, you'll probably get
CineTalk or CineBros.
CineTalk,
Yep.
CineBros, anything on YouTube, you'll pretty much find
What
us.
coming up?
Yeah.
What
That
else?
is it for the horror.
Happy Halloween, trick or treat.
Yeah.
Watch your movies.
Be careful.
Comment on the video. Tell us your favorite Halloween movies, scary movies, whatever, and we'll get
That's
back
for
to
Bill
you.
Pia. Bill Pia's a big horror.
Bill
fan.
Pierre is gonna list like 100 of them probably.
Yeah, and Brad Neff probably.
And
too.
Brad Neff, yep.
He still wants to get together and watch a Human Centipede with you.
Yeah, well, I'll watch all 3 of them. Let's do it, man. I'll watch all 3 of them.
Those are horrible. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
hey, no,
appreciate it.
thank you for
Thanks for
coming
coming
on. Yeah,
All right.
All right, right
And we
on.
will see you guys at the movies
at
soon.
the movies soon. Yep.
If you watch the show on YouTube, please click that thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching.